most advisors spend hours onboarding new clients between updating the CRM, creating all the folders, making sure they're uploading everything they need to, follow-ups, etc. So what I did is I went ahead and created a workflow that handles that entire process for you. Now, I created a simple form, a demo form, just to see, okay, they put their name, the email, phone number, etc., etc. And then when you hit submit, give me 1 second, we go ahead, trigger it, go back to the form, hit submit. We can go ahead and just send them through the entire workflow. Now, breaking this down step by step very briefly, what it does is it compares them to anyone already existing inside of your database or your CRM, depending on how your tech stack is set up. So go ahead, run that. Once it does that, it'll say, okay, this is a new person, then we gotta do this or that. Or if it's a, an existing one, just update them. Now, if they're new, they're gonna go ahead and get a folder created brand new. Now again, if you're using something different than Google Drive, whatever it is you're using, could be anything out there, then this would be different. But again, when it comes to setting up these workflows, if you're having them customly made in-house, then you can set up almost anything with anything, meaning you can replace anything I'm showing here. If you don't use Google Sheets, for example, as your CRM, you can replace it with Redtail or Wealthbox, anything. But for this example, keep it simple, it's going to be a Google Drive. Now, when you run this, it's going to go ahead and create a folder for this client. So it's going to create the name, the folder, everything for you. You don't got to worry about it. And then from there, it's also going to create an S3 bucket. Now, once it does this, we can go here, go boom, prospects, boom. Now we have John, and if we go back here, that was the person we just made as a test. But going back to the bucket, as you can see right here, John is now uploaded. And all of his information, again, this is all demo. I'm deleting this afterwards, so don't worry about stealing anything. Everything here is going to be saved with retention, meaning it's going to be compliant. It's going to be saved for 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, however long you want to save it, just to make sure if the SEC comes by and say, hey, do you still have all your records from X, Y, Z? Right? Did they get deleted? What's happening? Do you have the timestamps you need, et cetera, et cetera? This automation takes care of everything for you in that regard. And then from there, after you create the bucket, you can easily go ahead and create them as a contact inside of your CRM. So if we go here, we can see John was just added in. Boom, there we go. After that next step is completed, you would then send them any needed documentation via email or through the portal. Again, this all depends on how your tech stack is set up. But for this instance, let's just say you send everything via Gmail. You would then say, okay, here's the link for this, X, Y, and Z. It would automatically send it for you. Now, from that point on, the only thing you really got to do is double check that the documentation that they're sending over or that they filled out is completed, which could be automated as well, again, depending on what you're dealing with. But in the example of social security numbers and bank routing numbers, etc., you wouldn't want something like an OCR or a AI agent looking at all that information, because when that happens, you are putting all their information on the cloud and giving it to whoever is hosting it. So that means OpenAI or whoever is your third-party OCR provider, right? Keep everything in-house when you can. So after this point on, once they get added and onboarded, again, just depending on how your tech stack is set up, what CRM you're using, Redtail, GoHighLevel, etc., you can easily go in here and say, okay, this is a tax filing client, meaning you're going to handle their taxes when tax season comes around. And I made a whole video going over how you can have that whole process as well automated for you, as far as following up with them, getting the needed documentation, making sure everything they're doing is up to date, it's quick, it's fast. If you want to see that video, I'll have it somewhere up here in the top right. But again, if this is something that you need, if you're tired of doing onboarding, if you're tired of spending hours onboarding, just the admin tasks and the emails, just answering basic questions, this can handle all of that for you. So if you want to see if this can be a good fit for you and your firm, click the link down below, in the description, book a free 10-15 minute call. We can sit down and discuss would this make sense for you in your firm, or would you need something a little bit more custom, something a little bit more niche down for what you're going through right now as far as issues, and we can go from there. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it.